guys, this is Samreen and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I start today's video, I would like to thank you guys for the response on the first one. I am really happy about that. So thank you. Without wasting more time, let's get further into the video. As you have already read from the title, I will be giving y'all movie recommendations, and I have only picked out the Hollywood ones because a lot of y'all must have already seen the Bollywood ones. So I thought let's just do it with the Hollywood movies. Before I start, let me tell you that I have already categorized the movies into different categories. I hope that gets easier for you. Also, I haven't reviewed the whole movie because if I do that, the video would get too long. I'm only gonna tell you about the movie in a line or so. So let's get started. The first category which I have chosen is the life as a teenager, like the movies which are based on the life as a teenager. The first movie is The Breakfast Club. In this movie, there are 5 teenagers, basically high school teenagers, who face detainment on a Saturday in a school library. They all have different mindsets and all of that stuff, but eventually their egos fade away and 5 of them become really close. Okay, the second movie is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's about a 15-year-old boy named Charlie. So basically he's really nervous to get into the high school, but then later on his life changes and then he learns to cope up with his friend's suicide and his past. The third one is Love, Simon. In this, a guy named Simon decides to keep his sexual orientation away from his family. However, when a blackmailer blackmails him to reveal about it, his life becomes a roller coaster ride. Now the fourth movie is Juno. About a teenage pregnancy. So this girl named Juno, she gets involved in the life of her baby's adoptive parents more than she expected. The fifth one is Paper Towns. This is about a guy named Quentin whose crush Margot just disappears, leaving some clues behind. Along with a bunch of friends, he sets out on a searching mission, trailing the clues. Now the second category is inspirational movies. The first movie is Dangerous Minds. This is about Marine Johnson, who leaves her military life and becomes a teacher, who then struggles to connect with her students in an inner city school. The second movie is Mona Lisa's Smile. It's a classic movie where there's a women's private school where a teacher encourages the students to pursue their dreams and question the role of the woman in the society. The third one is $1 Million Baby. With this, an ill-tempered coach named Frankie, he reluctantly agrees to train this boxer named Maggie, but then he's impressed by her talent and determination that he decides to make her one of the best boxers. The fourth one is Front of the Class. In this, a guy with Tourette syndrome, he faces a lot of criticism, but then he finally achieves his dream of becoming a teacher. The fifth movie is The Intern. Guy realizes that he's not ready for retirement. He then applies to become a senior intern for a skeptical boss at an online fashion site. The next category is family movies. I decided to put this because all of us are at home, so why not? The first movie is Hachi the Dog Tale. It's basically about how the professor and a dog form a very, very close bond. It's very cute. Now the second movie is Mulan. It's the story of a young woman who sacrifices everything just to become the greatest warrior of China. The third movie is The Parent Trap. This is a very interesting movie. So there are 2 identical twins who are separated because of the divorce of their parents. And then they meet at a summer camp where they decide to switch places and get their parents together. The fourth one is Yes Day. Now this comedy movie where the parents keep disagreeing to their children, but finally they decide to give them a yes day in which they are allowed to make their own rules and allowed to do whatever they want to do. The fifth one is Knives Out. This is a mystery movie. I'm not going to tell you anything about it or give you any kind of spoilers. Okay, so the next category is comedy movie. The first one is The Heat. It's one of the best movies I've ever watched, so I will recommend you this one. I am recommending all of them, but you have to watch this one. In this, Sarah, an FBI agent, she has traveled to Boston in search of a drug lord, but before she starts her interrogation, she has to deal with the cop who also likes to go solo. So yes, it's damn fun comedy. Also, you can watch this with your family. The second one is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The guy named Peter Bretter breaks up with his girlfriend named Sarah Marshall and then decides to visit Hawaii for his vacation. But coincidentally, even she is visiting Hawaii at the same time, and both of them have checked into the same resort. It is hilarious. Now the third one is Clueless. This is about the story of a rich girl, basically a student, who is learning to cope up with adolescence and its problems. The fourth one, 17 Again. In this one, the guy named Mike is really unhappy about how his life has turned out, and he wished he could go back at the age of 17 to change it. One morning he just wakes up and he realizes that he is 17. The fifth one is Meet the Parents. To spend a weekend with his girlfriend's family before he actually asks her for marriage. However, her father instantly dislikes Greg, which made his stay far worse than he had imagined. Now the fifth movie is horror movies. Before I give you the recommendations, let me tell you all, I haven't watched these movies. I do not watch horror movies. I have taken these movies from Google and I took the ones which had the highest rating. Okay, so the first one is Hereditary. The second one is A Quiet Place. The third one is Midsommar. The fourth one is 1408. The fifth one is Mara. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong, but M-A-R-A. So this was it for today's video. Hope that this video helps you all. Also, if you like the video, do hit the like button, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye!